What's going on? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Get ready for another episode of Unpopular Opinion. I'm your host, GRAN, JEFE, joined as always by my co-host, OG Raw. How you doing, bro?
Ah, man, good morning, man. You know how it is. How you doing this morning, bro?
Hey, bro, man. Another day of talking sports.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that means it's going to be a good day.
Oh, yeah. You know me, I'm on that shine. I'm feeling fine this morning. Let's get into it. Let's do it.
On the shine, feeling fine because of the baby Lakers, huh?
The baby Lakers, boy. We're going to talk about that later. We're going to talk about
Yeah,
that
hey,
later.
the baby Lakers. I like to thank everybody that's listening to the podcast. If you're on YouTube, can you give us just a thumbs up? Apple iTunes, can you leave us a rating, 5-star, preferably? And if you don't give us a 5-star rating, then you probably just a hater anyways. But we're gonna thank you anyways for listening to the podcast. Google Play and Spotify. Leave us a rating, give us a review. That'll be gladly appreciated. But let's just say, man, big news coming out of college football. Big news going into the NFL. That's Kyler Murray, the guy who at the beginning of the season obviously got picked ninth in the major league draft. First round, ninth pick by the Oakland A's, was given a $4.66 million signing bonus, and he was granted this 1 year to play his last, well, not his last season because he's just a junior, but one last season at Oklahoma. But there was reports all year long that he was interested in going to the NFL draft. And, I said this a few times before, man. Baseball is my favorite sport. I love baseball. I wish I could play baseball now, at the highest level. But there's nothing like putting on a helmet and shoulder pads, running out on the field, just hearing people just go crazy. Like there's nothing better than playing football. The adrenaline rush that you get from playing football, and of
Especially
course,
especially at the position of quarterback. You are a leader of men. Like,
exactly.
That position is one of the greatest positions in sports.
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing. It's nothing more than throwing 40 touchdowns a year, 5,000 passing yards, and just having people. Your jersey probably going to be the most sold. It's nothing like it. So of course, human nature is going to want you to go test that out. And Kyler Murray obviously got suspicious. He won the Heisman Trophy winner. I mean, he won the Heisman Trophy. So obviously now the hype train is really getting up there. Everybody's asking you, Kyler, are you gonna go play baseball? Or are you gonna play this? Now his agent kind of he's been steadfast, and Kyler's gonna go play baseball. He has a contract and all that other stuff. But this is how interesting things are going to get, because there's been rumors now Kyler Murray will enter his name into the NFL draft portal. He has to do so by Monday. There's been reports that he will do that. We're talking about a guy with 4,300 yards on the season last year, 42 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 1,000 yards on the ground, 12 touchdowns there.
Yeah. So
go ahead.
If Kyler Murray does decide, to declare for the draft, he's going to put the NFL in a little frenzy, man, because teams are already plotting to get this guy, and he hasn't even entered his name in there.
Yeah.
And you know who has the first pick? The Arizona Cardinals. And their new head coach, Cliff Kingsbury, he's in love with the way, Murray plays. He likes everything the guy does. He even went out publicly and said it. Like, that guy is a freak. I really like what he does. So Josh Rosen, maybe, he's in trouble because they could easily slide in that first round and get Kyler Murray.
Yeah, I do think that they can get him. Just for me, Josh Rosen hasn't had a full season yet playing quarterback. I don't think that they're going to uproot all of that right now with Josh Rosen to go get Kyler Murray. Now, Adam Schefter came on of Adam Schefter ESPN. He was on, I believe it was Get Up, and he said something to this thing of last year the Cleveland Browns thought about taking a quarterback at number 1 and taking a quarterback at number 4 and then just optioning off the one that they didn't like. Could we be seeing that in Arizona? I don't know. I don't know if Cliff Kingsbury a new head coach in the NFL. I don't know if he wants to come out every single week if Josh Rosen throw an interception and have to answer questions about when is Kyler gonna come, when is Kyler gonna play, when is Kyler gonna get in there. Do you think how short is Josh Rosen leash? I don't know if he want to answer those questions every single week.
My thing is, though, you can get, a little trade value out of Josh Rosen. There's a lot of teams that are looking for a quarterback. Josh Rosen is a decent quarterback right now, and I believe he can grow into something more, and a team can groom him and mold him into something, for that franchise. So with that being said, he could be a hell of a trade asset if you decided to go out and get Kyler Murray and trade Josh Rosen and get some things, because, let's face it, the Cardinals, they're a struggling team. Kyler Murray is not just going to be – he's not just going to be the difference for them. You're going to need, a couple more players to help fulfill, what you're trying to do. And the goal at the end of the season is to win a championship. So
yeah, and I definitely agree with that. But if to your point there, if the goal is to win championships, I don't think Kyler Murray is going to help you win championships. Now, I think Kyler Murray is an exceptional athlete, but that Cardinals team is not a good football team. So if it was me, if I was Cliff Kingsbury, a first-time head coach, I ain't never coached in the NFL, but I watch a lot of football, and I think I have pretty good sports knowledge. If it was me, I will be hoping, which I don't think they will, because I don't. Teams picking one through five, none of those guys need a quarterback. The Arizona Cardinals, they have Josh Rosen, first-year quarterback. 49ers should be getting Jimmy G back. The Jets just drafted Sam Darnold last year. I think Oakland is going to ride it out with Derek Carr because they know Tua, Justin Herbert, Tua, Herbert, and what's the other quarterback? Oh, Fromm is coming out the year after. So, and the Bucs, they hired Bruce Arians, which means that tells me that they kind of somewhat believe in Jameis Winston, or somewhat believe that Bruce Arians can get Jameis Winston on that straight and narrow path. So you're looking at the first team that need a quarterback is at 6, the New York Giants. Do the New York Giants really want Josh Rosen? I'm not so sure about that. And then the Jacksonville Jaguars, could they pull the trigger on him? I'm not sure. I think both of those teams are fighting to get Dwayne Haskins. Now, could they trade up so they could just go ahead and pick Dwayne Haskins first? Possibly. So if I'm Cliff Kingsbury, I'm looking for trade options. I'm trying to stockpile more and more draft picks so I can help Josh Rosen out. So we both can be successful, because I'm pretty sure he took this job for Josh Rosen and not Kyler Murray.
Right. Yeah, that's understandable. But I can see that point as well. And I really like your point too, because stockpiling those trades and getting something for your pick, kind of just like we were talking like the Cleveland Browns were going to do when they were going to select a quarterback in the fourth in the first round. I think that's a great idea. You just auction that draft pick off, because you can get a lot of trade value just for those draft picks.
Just in case the Giants get scared, man, that Jacksonville is probably gonna come, and try to get a quarterback. Well, they may just want to trade up to the first pick. Give you, you go pick at 6 since you don't need a quarterback anyways. You go pick at 6, and we'll give you a second rounder or a third rounder.
My Bears did it for Trubisky.
Exactly.
I'm not sure why we did it, because won't nobody gonna pick him, but we did it.
But you know what? It's that fear. It's that fear that once one quarterback is off the board, now everybody that needs one, now they're gonna start doing more to go get that quarterback. We saw it last year, man. Sam Darnold and Josh Allen and all these guys are not that good. It's not that good of a quarterback. Even Josh Rosen, he's not that great of a quarterback. But once Cleveland took Baker first, now the other teams that need quarterbacks, they saying, well, we got to go get ours right now, and we just have to get the best available. So listen, the Cardinals, they hold a lot of power having that number 1 pick, knowing that they don't need a quarterback. But especially now that the sound bite is out there that Cliff Kingsbury is in love with Kyler Murray, that just makes that pick even more lucrative.
Exactly.
It just adds way more to it.
And maybe his soundbite is strategical. You know what I'm saying? It can be strategical in a way.
Maybe he already knew this was going to happen, that he was going to
Exactly.
go to the NFL. Because, I mean, he was only at USC for like 2 weeks, man. And then there was already rumors out that he was already looking to go to the NFL. And his career at Texas Tech had already started taking a U-turn. You know, he had already had 2 losing seasons before this year. So, you know, it was almost, you know, obvious that he was already out the door. So, well, we'll just have to see what happens with the NFL Combine. Now, this is what I want to ask you right here, you know, regarding this Kyler Murray thing, and then we'll move on. The NFL Combine starts February 26th, right? Now, the Oakland A's start camp in Arizona on February 15th. So, if he's going to enter his name in the NFL draft portal, like we all assume, it's going to be kind of hard to be at A's camp and be at the NFL Combine at the same time.
I'll tell you a player who has like almost kind of a similar path. Russell Wilson. You know, he got basically drafted to a baseball team, and
Yankees.
you know, and then he went out and he did his baseball thing, and he still managed the NFL. So if I was, Murray, I would try to reach out to Russ and say, hey, how'd you manage all this? How'd you do it? You know, maybe get a little insight on everything, or, just tell his agent to hit his agent. That way they can see what's going on, because, hey, I believe at that age, man, all that stuff, they can add up, man. And you really got to just choose what you really want to do.
And ultimately, that's what Russ had to do. Now, the difference is, I don't know, Russ never really went the baseball route. He just got drafted. So once he was with the Seahawks, he just kind of asked the team, like, hey, can I just come, like, train with you guys to see? This guy has already signed on the dotted line saying, I am a member of your club, and you're granting me just 1 year to play football, and you gave me a signing bonus. You gave me money already, thinking I'm going to be with you guys.
Hard. Yeah, that's hard. I don't.
The Combine is 11 days after we start camp, and I would assume, he's gonna be at the Combine, because if you're gonna enter your name in the draft, that means you're serious about this, and those NFL teams want to know that you're serious. So being there to answer those questions and all that other stuff, I would assume he's gonna be there. So it's gonna be an interesting thing coming up with the next few days of seeing whether he is or isn't going to enter his name, and then next month how the baseball and the Combine thing shakes out. So we're going to keep a close eye on this.
If I was a young fella, though, I would stick with baseball. I wish someone
that's what I said.
Go with baseball, because man, you make a lot of money in baseball. Way more than you would make in the NFL. Way more.
And from the reports, man, the scouts saying he's already a lock to be in the majors within a year or two, because he's already going to AAA.
Yeah.
They say he's already – you go to the NFL and you don't pan out. I put it like this. Like I said, if he's under 5'8", I think he slips to the second round. And if he slips to the second round, this guy can become Geno Smith, a guy with first-round talent that ended up going in the second round, now that done flip-flop through a whole bunch of teams once one thing go wrong. Because teams are more lenient when you a first-round pick. Lamar Jackson is probably going to get a few chances because he's a first-round pick. They invested a little bit, a nice little chunk of money in him. When you're a second-round pick, that money drops a little bit, and you're willing to be moved around. So he should be very, very careful about which path he chooses. And I said it just like you, man. If it's me, I'll be going to play baseball.
I'm playing baseball, man.
But I can understand why he want to play football, because there's nothing like playing football. But
yeah, it's nothing like being under those lights,
exactly,
being a leader of men, and
If it's my son, I'm telling him, boy, you better go swing that
You
bat, boy.
better
You
go
better
swing
go,
that bat.
yeah, better
And
go
throw
swing
that
that
ball.
bat. Put your spikes on. And we ain't finna be playing no football. So, but we gonna be monitoring this thing very closely. Switching over to the NBA, your baby Lakers won last night. I can't call them my baby Lakers because I hate Laker
Hey,
fans.
the
I
baby
can't do it.
Lakers. What about the
I
baby
can't do it.
Lakers? Hey,
I can't do it, man.
Kuz.
Kuz.
Be
Tell me
a
about it.
fan of Kuz. Just be a fan of Kuz.
I like Kuz though. You know, when LeBron first mentioned that he was gonna when he first, you know, when the reports came out that said he actually is gonna sign with the Lakers after Magic went to his house. You know, Magic wanted LeBron. Magic was there before LeBron even got home. But when those reports first came out, I went on YouTube and I started looking at Kuz, and that's the time when these players, they all be doing the Drew Leagues and all that other stuff around LA and all that stuff. And Kuz is nice, man. And this is the kind of stuff that you expect out of Kuz, which is the reason why a lot of these NBA analysts and all these people are saying when the trade goes down, this is the one guy that's going to be safe. And he's
Kuz
proven
ain't
it
going
time
anywhere.
and time again. And he did it in 3 quarters, you know. He put up 41 in 3 quarters, you know.
29 minutes.
Yeah,
29.
18, 16 to 24, 5 or 10 from 3. It seemed like he couldn't miss. He was hot. And this is why this will be the guy when Brandon Ingram get traded and Lonzo Ball get traded and possibly Josh Hart.
And I was saying
that's
last
why
night.
he's gonna stay.
I was like, Kuzma is the real deal. Lonzo, just passing the ball and get out the way, please. Passing the ball, get out the way.
And Lonzo had another terrible night. 2 or 6,
Lonzo is
1 for 4 or 3. He did have 11 assists, so that's all he was doing, passing the ball and getting out the way. 5 points for Lonzo, 2 points for Josh Hart, 2 points for Josh Hart in 26 minutes. 1 or 3, 0-1 from the 3. Can't have that.
Yeah, it's different though, man. When you got a guy like Kuz going, just give him the ball, get out the way. I believe Kuzma is one of the key pieces to the future of these Lakers.
What you think LeBron texts be like to Kuz?
Oh, I already know LeBron. You know LeBron, he's very supportive. So
yeah,
he's probably like, "Hey, go get their ass." You know LeBron.
Go get him.
Go get him, man. Let's,
yeah.
Hey, and the way Kuzma played, man, I was so excited. Like I said, I got on that shine early this morning. It had me feeling good. I was on that shine last night watching the game. So, hey, I was feeling good.
Shoot, I had Phil over last night, man. Phil and his lady came over. And you know, we just chill. Me and Phil was playing the game back here. You know, we started up. That's what we should do, bro. We should hop on 2K. Me and Phil like to do this fantasy draft with all the legends.
Okay.
With Kareem and all them, and we do a season. That's fun. That's what we did yesterday. We just chill. You know what I'm saying? But man, the Lakers have started to impress me. They had me worried though for a minute. They had me worried when they lost to the Kings and then they lost again. But it seemed like Brandon Ingram went off for their last big game, and now Kuz went off. So it's like they trying to battle to see. No, LeBron ain't gonna trade me. He gonna trade you type thing. But I think Brandon Ingram is already out the door.
Brandon Ingram's done. He's done.
Yeah,
he had
I
a
think
few
he's
good
done
plays
in LA.
last night, but like I said, he's not a number one option for scoring for us, man. He can't be. He's so timid to me. He's so timid, and I believe he's frail. He's just frail. This is not a jab at him. It's just what I see. He's timid and frail. And he has the potential. You're 6'11". Your wingspan is unbelievable. You can get to the rim anytime you want, but you choose to do crazy pull-up jumpers and stuff. I'm not getting this, dude. Go to the rim.
Yeah, I think you know what? It's because he heard the Kevin Durant. He hears the Kevin Durant comparisons, and he could be a Kevin Durant. I just think he needs to work on this jumper. That needs to be a little bit more consistent before he try to use it. What Kevin Durant does so well is he uses his length to his advantage. Kevin Durant knows how to get to the rim when he gets somebody on him that can't guard him. Guy, you're 6'10", whatever you are, 6'9", 6'10", long, athletic, get to the rim. Kevin Durant likes to get to his spot right around that little mid-post area, that free throw line jumper. He likes to get the ball in his spot. Everything doesn't have to be a three. And I said it last time that we were talking about the Lakers. I just think Brandon Ingram is pressing. He knows that his time in LA is winding down. Everybody knows that his time in LA is winding down. Because I don't see LeBron signing, going to the Lakers. And Magic had no plan, or there was like no almost under the table commitment that somebody else was going to be joining him. There's no way I think LeBron just goes to LA blind, just hopes. Oh man, I hope we get another superstar.
But LA is one of those destinations where everyone wants to play. And for young NBA players being drafted to LA, that's a dream come true. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it is
to be in Hollywood. It's better than going to a team like the Bucks or
Detroit.
You
know, Milwaukee.
Minnesota. Minnesota or Utah Jazz, like where cities that have like no nightlife like that.
Exactly.
So, but going to LA, that's a privilege, man. You should be happy, and like I would want to play my heart out just to be in that city if I could. As an NBA player too. Shoot. Man,
people are waiting for the Lakers to be back, being the Lakers. So,
exactly. They're such a storied franchise.
It sucks for my boy Bi, man, because I'm a Duke Blue Devil fan. I've been a Duke fan ever since the '90s. I'm Florida State everything. Obviously, born in Tallahassee. But my dad used to always watch Duke when I was little. So naturally, I just grew up a Duke fan. It sucks that a lot of the guys that come from Duke, they're so good in college, and then they go to the NBA, and they don't pan out. My daughter's grandfather, we used to talk about this all the time because he's also a Duke fan, and it's like all these good Duke guys that come through the program. Only a few really pan out, and really. The best Duke guy that you could probably, I mean, maybe Grant Hill, but Grant Hill career got cut so short because of the injuries.
Exactly.
And right now, would you say Kyrie? Kyrie is probably the best Duke guy that then came up. Jason Tatum he could become that, but a lot of the guys, JJ Redick, he had a mediocre career. Carlo Boozer, Shane Battier, these guys had decent careers. Jabari Parker looks like he's becoming a buzz. Jahlil Okafor, Justice Winslow, where are those guys at? It seems like these Duke guys. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I get your point. And Kyrie is the best Duke guy in the league right now. He's probably gonna be the best Duke player in the league as well. I like Jason Tatum, and I like his mindset. But as long as Kyrie is on that team. It's going to be about Kyrie for now.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. But right now, the Lakers are still in the eighth spot. They're 2 games ahead of Utah, who's sitting right there in that 9th seed, and they're 1 game behind the Spurs, playing for that 7th.
What I tell you,
for the 7th seed.
What I tell you, I said if we get a hold on to this 8th seed until LeBron get back, we're gonna be good.
It can be scary. It can be scary because if you think about it, right, the Oklahoma City Thunder is sitting in the 3rd seed and they only got 25 wins. The Lakers is in the 8th seed sitting at 23 wins. And now they are 4 games better in the win column. Obviously, the Thunder are 23 and 15, but anything can change in the West, man.
Oh yeah,
the Lakers are 5.5 games out of first place. Do we really expect Denver to be doing this all season long? And even if they do. I would love to see a Denver Laker first round matchup. That's easy. That's easy. That'd be better than that'd be better than a 7-2 Golden State.
Exactly, and that's what I was thinking. Sometimes basketball is a little strategical as well. You got to pick and choose your opponent.
Yeah, you don't want to fall. You either, if you're a Laker fan right now, you got to hope the Lakers stay fast right in this 8th seed. And Denver stay locked in all year long and keep that 1 seed, or you just gotta hope you can slide into that 7th seed and Golden State can overtake Denver.
Yep.
And then you still get to play Denver or OKC. I think that's a favorable matchup. Like we said yesterday, I think you really want to play any team but
Golden
Golden State.
Because Golden State they always sweep their opponents in like the first round. Of the playoffs, like that's their trademark. Like,
and
that's
I just wouldn't want to see LeBron get put out in the first round either. Like that's not fun after being.
I wouldn't even watch
finals.
The playoffs no more.
Yeah, after being the 8 straight finals, and then you get put out in the first round. Because I'm looking at it right now, the Lakers, they can beat Denver, they can beat OKC, they can beat the Clippers, they can beat Portland, and they can beat Houston, and I think they can beat San Antonio. San Antonio just have DeMar DeRozan. And you asking me DeMar DeRozan or LeBron, I'm taking that any day. So really, Golden State is the only team that the Lakers do not want to see until at least the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah,
and then I think they'll be all right.
Yeah, I think once we get to the Western Conference Finals, it'll work itself out, man. Everything will just work itself out.
I definitely agree with that.
Said, "Just give me one game. Give me one game.
Just give me one." With LeBron, that's all you need. You give him one game. I think LeBron James is great enough to get you the other 3. You just have just one. That's all you need. That's all any great needs. Steve Kerr, just give me one game. Said Jordan. He just give me one game. I could do it all. Kobe with Powell, just give me one game. Just give me one game.
Give me one.
And we can do this. But switching back over to the NFL, we talked about NFL head coaches hires yesterday. Freddie Kitchens, the interim head coach of the Browns, was hired yesterday live while we were doing the show for my Cleveland Browns. I want to get to that later because I didn't really say a lot yesterday on how I felt about that. So we'll get to Freddie Kitchens after the other hires that we're going to talk about. We talked about Matt LaFleur obviously taking over the Packers head coaching job. Really don't know what they were doing there, but as he said, Aaron Rodgers called him. They talked about something. He said Aaron Rodgers said he just want to win. So we'll see. Bruce Arians got hired as the new Bucs coach. And Cliff Kingsbury got hired as the Cardinals coach, as we talked about earlier. But new coaching hires since we wasn't on yesterday when these guys were announced is Vic Fangio, the defensive coordinator for the Chicago Bears. He has been hired by the Denver Broncos. What is your thoughts about this hire right here?
Oh man, I think that Denver did a great job with their coaching hire. Denver is basically a defense-based team as well. And I believe, he can translate some of that Bears success to that Denver team only because, Vic Fangio, he's a defensive mind. The Broncos, they still have a decent defense. So I believe he can turn them into a good defense, make them back playoff contenders and get, their cards in line on that side of the ball. The offense, though, I'm not sure if he's, an offensive guru or anything like that, but that's what the offensive coordinator's for. So if he can get the defense back on track, man, I do believe he would do great things in Denver.
Yeah, I actually like this hire for the Denver Broncos. Honestly, man, I said this morning on RTS Sports Talk. Make sure you guys catch us live there Monday through Friday at 7:45 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, 9:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But I said on RTS Sports this morning, man, that John Elway, seen what they did when they had Peyton Manning, where the offense really wasn't that great. Peyton Manning wasn't Peyton Manning, and the calling card of that team was defense. A lot, the NFL is a copycat league. Once one person see that this could work, okay, let's get a mediocre quarterback, but let's surround that quarterback with a stifling defense, and we're good. That's what a lot of these coaches are going with. Vic Fangio's seen that for himself. He knows Mitchell Trubisky wasn't that good. He knew that his defense was the reason why they were even considered to be one of the top teams in the NFL this year. So that's the mindset that he's going to bring. He has Bradley Chubb, one of the best newcomer pass rushers. Mm-hmm. He still have Von Miller. Yep. Chris Harris Jr. can still cover a little bit. He still have Roby. I guarantee you what he's going to do is he's going to build his team up from defense, and then he's going to start working on that offense. They still have Phillip Lindsay, so they can run the football, which is what every good team has had. A good defense and a good running game.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the Ravens. Good defense, good running game. You can get by sometimes without having a quarterback, but you got to be able to control the clock running the football, which they can with Phillip Lindsay. Rookie, had over 1,000 yards, made the Pro Bowl this year, and you still have those two bookend pass rushers and Von Miller and Bradley Chubb, and he's trying to build his team. We're going to be physical up front. We're going to get to the quarterback. We're going to stop the passer, and we're going to not turn the ball over on offense, and we're going to have a good time. And the Denver Broncos is in the division that can easily be won. Yeah, the Kansas City Chiefs, they did good this year, and the Chargers and all those teams, but telling you,
how long does that success last? Against
exactly.
defense?
You're going to have to pay Patrick Mahomes sooner or later. Would you be able to afford Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, and Patrick Mahomes? I don't know. So I'm just saying that Phillip Rivers is getting older. Who's going to be their next quarterback? So if you're Vic Fangio, I like the hire by John Elway. That's a nice move. Let's play physical. Let's stop people from scoring on us, and I think we'll be fine.
I'm not sure if it's such a great move from my Bears, let Vic Fangio walk, but
yeah. Now, who would you like to see? Now, I want to put you on the spot here, so you don't really have to answer this, but because we didn't really talk about it, but who would you like to see come over and take over that defense?
Oh man. When I think about our defense, I really think, we just need someone that.
Let me tell you who I think before you say.
Let
me tell you someone who I think. I think you guys should go get Mike Singletary.
Yeah, I like Mike because Mike, he's a Bears player.
Yeah, he know what it, and he got Khalil Mack. You might as well go ahead and take advantage of Khalil Mack. Get somebody that probably Khalil Mack can respect now. Somebody that he probably won't try to quit on. I think a Mike Singletary will be perfect for that defense.
I actually like that. I actually really like that.
I'm telling you, that'll be dope.
Man.
Yeah, that'll be dope. I'm telling you, for the Chicago Bears fans to pick y'all spirit up after Cody Parkey. We even got people doing the Cody Parkey field goal challenges, man, at bars where they having people kick a 43-yard field goal, and if you make it, you get free beer for a year. Poor Cody Parkey, man. This man has had.
I'm sick of him. But we got a couple players we can a couple people we can put at that, the defensive coordinator that worked with Vic Fangio, like Jay Rogers. He was the D-line coach for us. We got
I would try to definitely keep somebody in that system.
And we can grab Ty Bowles,
Hey, Ty Bowles is a highly sought after guy, man. There's been rumors for him going down and joining Bruce Arians, which I think that he already have because he coached with Bruce Arians in Arizona together when Bruce Arians was the head coach there, and Ty Bowles was his defensive coordinator before he left and went to the Jets. So, but Ty Bowles was a very sought after guy.
And then there's still Vance Joseph out there as well. So
Vance Joseph still is out there.
And he's been a defensive coordinator. He has the experience. So that's another guy we can look for if we don't, grab someone like Mike Singletary. I think Mike would be amazing, by the way.
Yeah, Mike, I'm telling you right now, that'd be dope for that fan base in Chicago. But moving on to our next coach, we got Adam Gase. Adam Gase was the head coach of the Miami Dolphins. Now he is the head coach of the New York Jets. What's your thoughts?
I like this a lot because Adam Gase has always had a thing for beating Bill Belichick.
I'm glad you said that because that was going to be the point I was going to bring up, but opposite. So
he's always had a thing for beating Bill Belichick. I don't know how he does it, but it's not like he outsmarts him. It's like Bill Belichick sees him and he outsmarts himself. It's one of them things. And and for him to go to the Jets and the Patriots, everyone know that's a little rival right there. I think it's awesome. I'm a love watching Jets and Patriots now, just to see if the Jets will beat the Patriots because the Dolphins seem to do it every year, even though they're not the better team. They just happen to win. So
Yeah, it's something about now. It is something about Miami that Bill Belichick just didn't like. I think it's the opposite effect for New York. He always beat up on New York. Outside of a few years when Mark Sanchez was there, trash still. But why would you want to stay in? Why would you want to leave one team in the division? You almost escaped Bill Belichick.
yeah,
Just to go back in the division to never make the playoffs. You can beat Bill Belichick all you want, but Bill Belichick is the king of the AFC East. It's not going to change. So if you couldn't win a division in Miami, where I thought they probably had better players, why would you go to the Jets thinking that you could beat Bill Belichick? I didn't understand this hire by the New York Jets. I thought this was probably the worst hire of everybody everybody that got hired, even the Matt LaFleur to the Packers. I thought this one right here was probably the worst hire of all the coaching hires.
but you know what the Jets probably were thinking? Well, he beat Bill Belichick
Yeah.
twice. That's what they were thinking.
I don't know what's going on with those guys down in Jacksonville. I mean, in New York. But Miami's still looking for a head coach. They still have Tannehill. I don't know really what Miami wants to do this year.
Do they keep Tannehill though? Do they keep him?
That's my question. I don't know if they do or
he
not.
starts the season off decent. He starts the season off like an NFL quarterback.
Yeah,
but he finishes like
he as if he's never done it before, or he's getting hurt, or he's getting hurt constantly.
He's always.
I just don't know what you do with Tannehill, and it's almost time to just. It's honestly time to get rid of Tannehill. Just me personally. Where are they picking in the draft? They're picking 13th in the draft. Could a quarterback be there that they want? I'm not sure.
But you can always
if Kyler Murray slide, we know Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati is steadfast. Could Denver at 10 be looking for a quarterback? Maybe 6, 7, and 10 are the only people looking for quarterbacks. The New York Giants at 6, the Jacksonville Jaguars at 7, and the Denver Broncos at 10. I don't think Buffalo is looking for a quarterback after Josh Allen. I don't see that. I don't even think Cincinnati is ready to give up on Andy Dalton until they're ready to blow that whole thing up with him and A.J. Green. And obviously, we know the Green Bay Packers is not in the market for a quarterback. So I don't know what the Miami Dolphins do. I don't even know who they could get down there in Miami that would even want to come down there and coach a Tannehill, honestly. I don't know, man. Other news, Mike McCarthy decided he's not going to coach this year. He says he's going to sit out, but he will be ready to coach in 2020. Do you think he comes back as a head coach, or do you think he comes back as a coordinator?
I think he's going to come back as a head coach. He cannot just come back as a coordinator. I felt Mike McCarthy, he did a lot of good things for Green Bay. And with Aaron Rodgers, I just believe his time there was up. So I do believe he comes back as a head coach. Anything other than that is kind of disrespectful.
So let me tell you about this, right? He was supposed to be, before I get on my Freddie Kitchens little rant before we end the show here, but he was offered, well, not really necessarily offered, but he was told the job was his in Green Bay, but he had to keep Freddie Kitchens as his offensive coordinator. He didn't want that, and then that's why Freddie Kitchens is now the new head coach of the Cleveland Browns. If it was you, if you were Mike McCarthy, and they told you could be the head coach, the job is yours, but we just have to keep Freddie Kitchens as offensive coordinator, are you taking that job, or are you saying no?
For the Cleveland Browns, I'm saying no. I'm saying no. I don't care if y'all got Baker. Y'all are trash. I'm not.
Oh, okay.
Cleveland
so that's what we
has
doing.
a history.
So that's what we doing.
No.
Okay.
That's what we doing right now. Cleveland is trash. I got a history of being garbage. I'm not going to pit my legacy.
So what about the Bears?
Legacy.
Matt Nagy
What?
put his legacy out there with the Bears, and they ain't done nothing.
Come on, we a storied franchise.
They went
Who
to the
don't
Super
want to coach the
Bowl
Bears?
2008, and man, they ain't did nothing since the 70s. In the 80s. But listen,
we got a Super Bowl in '85 though. Hey,
listen.
Look. But here's the thing though, I wouldn't want to go to the Browns right now. I just got to see more from them. I got to see more. Maybe this year was a fluke. Maybe next year, you guys will do great, or maybe you guys will do worse. I'm not sure with the Browns. You just never know with the Browns because it's the Browns. When I think of the Browns, I think, oh yeah, they ain't never win anything. That's what I think when I think of the Browns.
Okay,
so I wouldn't want to put my legacy with that. No,
that's the real disrespect. Let me tell you, the Cleveland Browns will have a better record than the Chicago Bears next year. Let's make a friendly bet. The Cleveland Browns will have a better record than the Chicago Bears. And we're going to make the playoffs, and the Bears won't make the playoffs.
Yeah, is that where we going with this?
The Cleveland Browns is going to make the playoffs, and the Chicago Bears will not. I'll put it this: I guarantee you, Chicago Bears will be third in the NFC North division, and they're going to be 9-7 next year. What you want to put on it? We'll talk about this off air
when it's closer to the season. Yeah, exactly. Because I don't want these people hit me taking your money on air.
Listen.
I don't need none of that.
The Bears won't make the playoffs next year. The Baker Mayfield will make the playoffs next year. He will be in the MVP discussion next year. Watch what happens. Freddie Kitchen will have him ready to go next year. We're going to go get us another pass rusher, and we're going to get us a receiver, possibly Antonio Brown. And I tell you what, look out for the league. Look out for the league.
I swear, they let you Browns win about 6-7 games. Y'all don't know how to act.
Listen, I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. People are sleeping on my Browns, but I'm telling you right now, we're gonna be good next year. But I'm telling you,
I tell you what, y'all gonna have to wake me up because I'm still sleeping on it. Y'all gonna have to wake me up.
Yeah. It was just everybody sleeping on the Bears, still sleeping on the Bears. That's why y'all out the playoffs right now. Because see, y'all thought y'all was all hot. y'all thought y'all was all big stuff this year, and look what happened. All that cockiness. That's what they get you. That's what it gets you. That's what they get you.
Cue the outro, man.
Hey, that's gonna be it for today's show, guys. Hey, I appreciate you guys for tuning into the podcast. We thank for all the support. You want to take us out of here, bro?
As always, I'm your co-host OG Raw. Have a blessed day. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Go Browns.